today, showcasing some of Roald Dahl's most famous characters in Hull, and I'll be talking to Dave Hill and Paul Gaskell about a charity gig in the City of Culture. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Monday's programme. A housing development in Humberstone is being held as a regeneration for the village. Keystone Developments and Wesley Partnerships have joined forces to create two bespoke housing estates. Carrington Gardens will offer 200 luxury homes for over 55s, while Humberstone Meadows will offer a mixture of family homes. Work on the site started last year. Nick Warboys of Keystone says the housing development is all about giving something back to the community.
When I first came and visited with the site with the family of trustees who wanted to do something that was for the benefit of the community as well as deliver new homes. So it was very much about meeting local need, which is where they came from with the retirement concept, but they wanted a flagship scheme that they would be proud of. So that's why the site isn't high density. We've got 44 acres on this site, and over 16 acres of that is actually public open space. So that's what exists on the site. So we wanted to do something that we'd be proud of. We knew the area and we knew how well known it is throughout the locality, and basically for us and for the family it's a legacy, it's a flagship scheme.
When you've got a significant development of 400 homes, then that's going to bring lots of jobs from a construction point of view, both from now and years to come also. And what we have to do is make sure that our contractors are from the local area, as it's much more environmental for us to do that, and much more satisfying or reasonable for them to only have to make a short commute. And so you do see a significant gain from subcontractors and investment by them here, but also with so many residents here in the fullness of time, it's a great impact on how they're spending in the retail environment here and around Humberstone area. When you've got enough of a population, such as the 400 homes here eventually, then that probably gives local entrepreneurs and shop retailers, if you like, the confidence to invest themselves in local businesses to service the demand.
I think the fact is that it's in keeping with the locality. We haven't tried to do something that, as I said, is a high density. We haven't tried to cram small units in and maximise the site. We've done something that we're proud of and we're proud to offer within this area. So we feel it ticks all the boxes. We feel it's an area, it's a locality that is fantastic, and as far as we were concerned, this is where we wanted to be.
10 new portraits of Roald Dahl's most famous characters are now on display in Hull. The portraits are by Sir Quentin Blake, the illustrator, who brought life to many of Dahl's characters. Hull is the first place exhibiting the portraits outside of London. Christine Hill, Principal Librarian, says it's a real privilege to be hosting the exhibition.
We're really thrilled to be the first library to host this outside of London, particularly in the City of Culture. We've got so much going on in the library, but this is just a fantastic opportunity for us to actually show that libraries are more and more than just books. It is very much a book-based exhibition, with the illustrations being from the Roald Dahl books, but it's just fantastic to have it here. We've got 10 portraits. We've got BFG and Sophie. We've got Danny from Danny and the Champion of the World. We've got Matilda, the obvious one for people who like to read. Mrs. Trunchbull, the character from Matilda, the headmistress. We've got Charlie from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
And the exhibition is on display at Hull Central Library until the 13th of September. I'm joined now by Dave Hill and Paul Gaskell to tell me about a charity gig set to take place in Hull this week. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Welcome to the programme. Thank you very much for coming in. First of all, Dave, tell me what this gig actually is.
Basically, it's a charity show.
Okay.
To raise money for the Teenage Cancer Trust in Hull and the NSPCC in Hull.
Okay. Why did you decide to put this show on?
The idea came from the fact that we've lost so many bus drivers through illnesses, cancer-related illnesses, and the East Yorkshire Motor Service we work for, the NSPCC.
Yeah, that's the official company charity, isn't it?
Yeah, so we decided to put the Teenage Cancer Trust together with that and to support children.
Okay, so this gig is to obviously raise vital funds for the NSPCC, like you've just said, and also Teenage Cancer Trust, I believe.
Yeah.
How are ticket sales going so far to hopefully benefit those charities?
They're going well. Yeah, we're quite pleased. I think we sold about 600 tickets so far, but of course there are plenty more left, and we like to get as many as sold as possible, so more money can go to these amazing charities.
Very much so.
The gig is on Friday, Dave, isn't it?
It is at 7:30. Doors open at 7 o'clock.
Okay, at Hull City Hall.
Hull City Hall, yeah.
How can people get tickets for the gig?
They can from the box office or buy on their website, which is www.hcandl.co.uk, or by telephone.
Okay, fantastic. Now, tell me some of the highlights of the show, Paul. What can people look forward to? What will people see on Friday?
Well, the main highlight is the Commitments, or Dave Finnegan, who played the Micah Wallace, the bouncer in Commitments. He has his own show. They'll be on stage. The All For One Choir, which is about 190 members, will be doing tunes from film and TV. We have the Pauline Quirk Academy. About 80 children, some of whom have never performed on stage before, so it'll be the first time. And in fact, there are a few of them that have just come from performing in the West End, so there's a lot of talent.
Absolutely.
The Garnett sisters.
Yes, I heard of them.
Yeah, performed as the Garnett family on Britain's Got Talent. And then we looked in the company YMS and found a bus driver that can sing. Danny, so it's his first ever performance. Fantastic. But he's absolutely brilliant, and we're really looking forward to and proud that we can give him that opportunity.
And showcasing, like I said, a very eclectic mix. Gentlemen, I hope it all goes well on Friday. Thank you very much, Steve, for coming in this afternoon.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Now here's Jack with all the sports news.
Hull City picks up their first win of the championship season on Saturday. They beat 10-man Burton Albion 4-1 at the KCOM, with Abel Hernandez the star of the show. City went in front thanks to Hernandez early on, but the visitors were on level terms in the 33rd minute, courtesy of the Jackson-Irvine strike. However, Irvine was soon after dismissed for 2 bookable offences, taking Nigel Clough's men into the half-time break down to 10 men. It soon turned into a relatively easy afternoon for Leonid Slutski's side after the break. In the 51st minute, Ola Aina crossed for Kamil Grzycki to head home to put City in front for the second time. Hernandez soon grabbed his second before completing a hat-trick in the 68th minute. New signing Seb Larsson was brought on for the last 15 minutes of the game, with his side comfortably leading. Slutski's men next play tomorrow night at home to Wolverhampton. The club have also confirmed the date for their EFL Cup second round tie. They take on Doncaster Rovers on the 22nd of August at Rovers' Keepmoat Stadium, kick-off at 7:45. Grimsby Town suffered their first defeat of the season after a 2-0 loss at home to Coventry City. Mark McNulty opened the scoring for the Sky Blues in the second half in controversial fashion. Confusion over a free kick due to be taken by James McEwen was intercepted by McNulty to slot home. The visitors increased their lead with 15 minutes left thanks to fullback Jack Grimmer's goal. Mariners midfielder James Berrett was sent off late on for 2 bookable offences. He will serve a one-match suspension for the dismissal in Town's next game when they travel to Stevenage on Saturday. Ahead of that game, Town have announced they have received an allocation of 1,000 tickets for the trip to Hertfordshire. Scunthorpe United are still looking for their first victory of their League One season after a successive 1-1 draw against Rochdale on Saturday. The Iron went 1-0 down in the second half when Rochdale substitute Stephen Davies headed his side in front. However, Graham Alexander's side battled back to draw the game when the substitute of their own, Dwayne Holmes, levelled in the 66th minute. Scunthorpe has also released details of their EFL Cup second round tie. They take on Middlesbrough at the Riverside Stadium on Tuesday the 22nd of August. On to rugby, and it was a success for both Hull FC and KR in the Super 8s. It was the Mark Sneed show for Lee Radford's Hull FC on Friday night. Sneed starred, scoring all of FC's points in their 8-6 win over St Helens. This was their second successive win in the Super 8s, with Radford calling the win one of the best this season. Hull KR produced a superb late win over Lee on Saturday afternoon. Hull KR trailed 8-6 at half-time before a second-half fight-back produced the 3 points for Tim Sheen's side. It was a back-and-forth second half with both sides taking the lead on different occasions. However, KR's Sean Lunt clawed over the try line in the last 5 minutes of the game to give his side the win.
Thanks very much, Jack. That's it for this Monday afternoon. As always, if you have a news story you think we should be covering, please get in touch in the usual ways. You can email news@estuary.tv or phone our news desk, which is a Grimsby number 01472 31553, or write to us at the usual address. As always, we'll look forward to hearing from you with any interesting stories you have. On tomorrow's programme, Dan will be in the presenter's chair talking to Mark Wood about a family fun day in Grimsby this weekend. And we'll see you same time tomorrow. Have a great Monday evening.